Okay. Okay, the day that we have been waiting for is here. Okay, I hope I'm audible enough. Right? So, yeah. Okay, can you hear me? I can see you and I can hear you. I believe you can hear me. Okay. You can hear me, right? You can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, good. I can hear you loud and clear as well. Thank
Good
you for
evening.
joining. Good evening. Thank you for joining.
you.
That smile of yours is calming anyway. How's been your day?
Just got back from church.
Ah, really? Nice.
Like 2 p.m. here, so yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Thank you for doing this with me. Right.
You're
So,
welcome, sir.
all right. So, we're going to kick off soon.
Okay.
Waiting for Damilola to join as well,
No problem, sir.
so we can kick off. And of
All right.
course, we trust that others will join us soon.
No problem.
Can you hear any background song?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Just wanted to be sure.
All right.
I just hope Damilola is not finding it difficult to join in.
It wasn't difficult. It was just like
Click on the link and all that.
click on the link, add your name, and then you're at the back.
Mm-hmm. I sent a link to her as well. So, all right. All right. I can see some people joining. So please, if you can hear me audibly, just put it in the chat, right? So we can know that. Yeah, we can. If you can hear me audibly, just let me know. Thank you. Just wanted to be sure that we are not speaking, to the air. We just wanted to be sure that you can hear us. So just help us by giving us a feedback. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, so while we wait for others, yeah, this is the second edition of Story Studio. Story Studio is a platform where we bring up different people, of course, who are in the field of filmmaking, storytelling, and all of that. And it's a platform to learn, to unlearn, to relearn, to glean from people, like I said, who are in that field, who are passionate for that field. And yeah, so yeah, this is our second episode. We had the first episode last month, and that episode was basically to receive feedbacks from people about our stories when it comes to faith-based narratives and all of that, and we just want to hear from people, right? We want to know what they feel, their perspective, their own angle to our stories when it comes to the faith-based, narratives, and that was what we did last month, like the maiden edition of Story Studio, and it was wonderful. I had Josephine Oladeole with me, and I also had Faith Babs with me, so it was really a good time. We got feedbacks from people. We got their responses about our faith-based narratives, right? And we're able to discuss things around that, so it was really a great time, right? So this is another episode which is, of course, in this field of filmmaking, storytelling, and all of that, right? So, and today we'll be exploring a very, very passionate angle for me, and it is about, you know, well, we'll say that it's about the whole areas, process of filmmaking. But basically, the theme is from great to great. Why well-written screenplays, falter in execution on screen. And of course, I believe that that's not new to us, and it's an area which I'm passionate about because I think I have. It's not even I think I've worn the shoes of a writer, a director, a producer, and I know what it feels to wear each of those shoes, right? So, and majorly, I've seen that a lot of stories that you read on page on paper, when you see them on screen, there was there are a lot of things that went wrong in the execution, right? So that is why the theme is why well written screenplays falter in execution on screen. So that is what we'll be discussing this evening. And of course, I won't be doing that alone, just like last month. I won't be doing that alone. Right. When I was thinking about when this topic came to mind, I was telling a guest when it came to mind, um, both of them just clicked. They just clicked. Like I was thinking, okay, who will be the guest for this particular topic? And then I think it was Angel Isaac that came in first, and then it just clicked. Damilola Babs, right? So it shows it shows that I have been um, seeing their stories. I've been following, and they have really been doing a great job. Of course, if they start to talk, I believe that they will tell you that they have not they have just started, of course, which is very, very good. But then they are doing great. And so I have um, two amazing guests with me right here this evening. And like I said, they are known for telling compelling faith-based stories that speaks to the heart, you know. And so, yeah, I'm going to be doing that with both of them. So we have Angel Isaac right here with me, and Damilola Babs is here as well. Damilola, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I think I'll have to bring down that background music a little bit or even stop it. All right. So, Damilola, can you hear me? Am I audible enough?
I can hear you. Then you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, you have to unmute. Okay, I think. Okay, so Damilola, if you can hear me, just let us know, right? Yeah, yeah, on stage right now. So I believe that you can hear me. If Angel Isaac can hear me, you should be able to hear me. All right. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. So that's the team that we have right before us, and I think she might be having some difficulties with network. Right. So yeah, we have Angel Isaac here with us, and yeah. Quickly, I would like her to do a brief intro. Introduce herself to us. I've done the little bit I could. So just permit me. Okay, now I can see Damilala's face, right? So thank you for joining. Can you hear me, Damilala? Can you hear me? Okay, I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear your voice.
Maybe you have to add her to the stage first.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah, that's true. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dami, now you can hear me.
Can you hear
I
me,
think it's
sir?
net. Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. I can hear you. Okay. So you're welcome. Thank you for joining in.
Also, you
Thank
can't
you.
hear me at all.
I can hear
We
you.
can hear you now.
You can hear you now. Can you hear us? It's network. I think it's
I
the
think it's a
network.
network.
Mm, mm. Okay, so let's know you more, probably beyond what I know.
Okay, but the point is that you already like said everything about me. There's literally
Everything?
nothing.
No, not
No,
everything.
like
Come on.
like the basic things that I feel like everybody will
Should
know,
know. Yeah.
should know,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
my name is Angel.
Mm, mm.
Usually I used to be Alake, but no longer Alake.
Now you're
So a lot of
Isaac.
people
Yeah.
know me as Angel Alake before, and now I'm now Isaac.
Mm,
I'm a Christian, number one, and then I'm a wife, and I'm
mm,
a mother. So, and I'm a
mm.
filmmaker. So everything encompassed in those four things.
I think you just said that filmmaker in broad, in a broad way.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
know. I know.
yeah,
With time, you are going to say, I'm
Nina.
going to, I would definitely delve into that. You
Okay.
know, yeah. So thank you for being here. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. And uh, shout out to your husband right there. I know he's there. I know he can
Yeah,
hear.
it's actually it's actually yeah, we're actually arguing. Where are you using? Are you using the other room? Are you using this room? Because he has podcast as well this afternoon. So he's
Ah,
like, oh,
okay,
do you want to use here?
okay.
Do you want to set up this thing? I was like, okay. He's been worried, like, is it Zoom? Do you ask for the link? I'm like, okay, chill. He's gonna send me the link. I'm sure he knows what
Oh,
he's
wow.
doing.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to him. It's so good to have you. Thank you for doing this with me anyway.
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't know. Dami is really having issues with network. So
Yeah.
we'll just continue, right? And bring her on board when she is in. Okay. All right. So let's just, yeah. So you are Angel Isaac, and like I said, I started seeing your works on Facebook, right? And I think I've seen, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen 4 to 5 of your stories on YouTube, right? So, and again, I will say that I chose the right guest for this theme and for this topic, and I know that we're going to delve deep into the aspect of execution from page or from paper to screen. A lot of things happen in between, a lot of things that we get right or wrong in between, and then down the our main aim right here is to really point out those things that make our stories falter in execution on screen, right? Like I said, I've read some screenplays, and when I see them on screen, it's the gap is so wide. Like, I enjoyed it on paper, right? But when I see it on screen, I was like, what
What
really
happened?
happened? What really happened?
Yeah.
What happened? So
There's
that is
something
what
missing. I think, yeah, I understand there's
definitely,
something
yeah. There's something missing, and
in between.
like I said, maybe because I am presently wearing the shoes of a producer. Do you understand?
Of course.
So that that passion to see your story come alive
Mm-hmm.
on screen
Mm.
is, I have that passion. I believe is in every producer. You just want to see what you have on in your hands come alive, on screen. So that is what we want to delve into this afternoon. So I'm going to ask you some questions, if you don't mind, right, for us to start with. Yeah. So um, I know you as executive producer, Refix Films, right?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So
My daughter is just coming in and going out. I'm trying to get. Yeah, so yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I know you as an
My husband
executive.
and myself. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, your husband and yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
as the executive producer of Refix Films, right? So, did you start out to be an executive producer?
Um nope. I didn't
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't start out to be an executive producer. I think I started out as an editor. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Ah,
Um, yes.
okay.
So I started out as a movie editor, and then like being from movie editor, I did production assistance, like PA on
Okay.
sets, like carry
Okay.
things, send you message, carry tripod, carry everything
Whoa.
carryable,
Oh.
run errands. At some point I did assistance to makeup. At some point I did
Assistant to
um
makeup.
yes. At some point I did continuity, slating boards. At some point I did literally everything, camera
You
assistant,
have won a lot of
production.
shows, right? I'm telling you.
It's basically a journey. Like it just everything, then it looks like, oh, you start from the grass, yes, but everything helped to shape who I became now, right?
Yeah,
So if you
yeah,
find
yeah, yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
there are some people that just jump from, it's like the same thing that we're talking about. Like you have screenplay and you're asking, how did this happen? Right? Without a
Mm,
process. So everything
true.
comes with a process. So wherever field you find yourself, I knew I was going to be a producer, but I didn't know it was this going to be fast. I was thinking when I'm like
Okay.
50, like I want to rest. Then I now say, okay, let's start producing. Let's start, I don't have strength to edit again.
Hold on. Are you joking with that? Like
Yeah,
you were
I'm not
thinking
joking.
you
I'm not joking, because like, when I become 50 and then I can start producing, that time, you don't have strength. The only strength you have is to drop money. Let's shoot a film. Let's do this. So basically, that
okay.
was just it. And when it started, it didn't even start planned. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't something that was planned. It was something that, reaching out. It was something that I just wanted to just start having. Like a lot of scripts I have, for a long time. I wanted to like just have them down, put in an archive somewhere. Just when I'm 50 or when I'm get to that point when I start producing, then I can now start picking them one after the other and start producing. But God had a better plan. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that was what happened.
Probably your relocation
Yes, relocation also added to it, because
added to it,
if
yes.
I was in Nigeria, definitely I wouldn't even the production that I did 2020, it didn't come out on the 2024. So it's not like there was no
Mm,
like you produce, but it was just more like, well, we have things that we're doing, and when we get to that point, let's just
mm,
keep
mm,
going to the
mm,
field,
mm,
let's just keep hopping from one set to another. And
mm-hmm.
but eventually when we relocated, it was more or less like, okay, so what next? Even
Mm,
producing didn't even come to my mind. It was basically my husband saying that, there's this film that we did like 2020. Why not just put the film on YouTube? I was like, it was already edited, but I was just being lazy about it.
right.
Like, okay, even if I put it, then I had about 200 that was last year. I had about 260 something subscribers on YouTube. I was like, well,
100.
260 something
When
subscribers on
was
YouTube.
that? When was that?
That was April last year.
No way.
Yes.
No way. No, 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 you're joking.
I'm
Like
serious.
260
262. I still have the pictures,
subscribers
subscribers on YouTube.
last
Yeah.
year.
Yes. April
Wait, wait,
last
wait,
year.
wait, wait, wait. Okay. So you are on.
Almost 20K subscribers now.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Let's have it.
it was basically that. And it was more like, okay, let me just drop the film. I did it because it was, at that point I was hungry to do films. Like,
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
miss something
yeah,
and you feel
yeah,
like there's nothing here that is actually sponsoring that. It's either you're working
yeah,
or you're
yeah,
sleeping, or
yeah.
it
I
just
can
felt like
relate
I
with
was
that. I can relate with that.
it just felt like there was no reason for existence aside from work, go to work.
Mm,
And even
mm.
the job is not even close to, what
Yeah,
I do
true,
for a
true,
living.
true.
So it was more like, okay, is let me just be writing these stories. So that's when I put
Mm,
out a post on Facebook, and I was like, I need a writer. If you're good, please reach out.
aha.
Uh,
Okay.
so a lot of people sent me messages, DMs. People that I know sent him. My son writes. My this A lot of people reach out to me. Like I have these. And then once they reach out, of course, I do my background check. Like, the
Okay.
type of stories I have is not just any. I had even, secular writers reach out to me as well. Like, even till date, I still have most of them reach out to me and say, "Oh, I'm a good." And the truth is that they're actually good writers, right?
Mm,
But it's just
mm,
that there is something with having someone you are from the same clan, right, for you.
yeah, yeah.
They understand
True.
culture,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
understand
Mm,
they understand the way we speak. They understand everything, so it's easier
okay.
for you to communicate than to now start bringing somebody from another clan and say, write
Yeah.
about the Yoruba kingdom. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
difficult,
Mm-hmm.
right? So so most of them I reached out. I went to through to their pages. I was checking through. I was like, okay. I think that was when someone was a lot of people tagged people on the post, and then Dami too was, I think someone tagged her or sent her something. I don't even know. I can't remember. She's here, so
Okay.
she speak for
Okay.
herself. So and then I reached out to her. I saw her pal, like, damn, she's not bad. She's a writer. Like, I just, it felt like there was this thing, like God saying that that's the person I want you to work with, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then I spoke to her, and then we started talking, and then I shared my first story, and then she just got it. I like, yes. I just deleted every other person that was reaching out. Like, even after
Mm,
her people were still
mm,
reaching out, like,
mm,
yes. I just wanted to just write stories. All of a sudden we started talking about producing, and I was like, okay, I
mm-hmm.
didn't plan to produce.
Yeah.
There was this particular, that was when we had this, I think it was Saving the Saints. And then we're like, okay, can we just shoot it? I can have you over in Nigeria, and then you shoot. I'm like, oh, why not? I can do it. And then that was it.
Ah.
We got into it. So
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm still going to come back to that 266 subscribers. There are a lot of things to that. If you
yeah,
were 260 something last year and
yeah.
you are 20,000,
Almost 20,000
almost
now.
20,000 this year, then, like I said, there are a lot of in betweens. So we are
Yeah,
going to talk about that.
yeah.
So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And let me ask you, Damilola, can you hear me now? Are you there?
Yeah,
Ah,
muted, Dami.
I really need Damilola here.
Okay, can you hear me now, sir?
Now I can hear you.
My network is terrible. I'm so sorry. My network has been,
No,
I don't know.
it, it's
Don't
all right.
worry, we
Very sorry.
got you.
We got you.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here. It's so good to have you here. All right, so we have Damilola with us, and I've been praying, oh God, network. No, no, don't do this, right? So Damilola, thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this with me, right? So yeah, now Angel Isaac has introduced herself, and so Damilola, let's hear from you. Damilola is a writer. She's a filmmaker, a director, right? But I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Probably there are things that she will want to say that I didn't say. All right, so Damilola, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Muiwa. There is nothing special I want to say. Yes, I was a writer. I am still a writer, and by the
And
grace
you
of
will
God,
still
I
be a
direct.
writer.
And I will
Don't mind that. She's trying to be humble.
and I'll still be a writer. God, I worked in a tech company before fully directing for Refix Films. I used to work in a tech company as the head of
Okay.
content, and we used
Oh,
to create. And then I also used to just write my stories. I love to write novels. I think I have about 11 novels written already by the grace of God. And
11.
Novel that she has not sent me anyone to read. Me and you, we have put our leg in the same trouser.
Mama, we are coming to that. We'll settle it.
Excuse
And then
you.
and then yes, by the grace of God, I'm a director. I'm a movie director. Thank God to Mama Angel Isaac for trusting God in
Mm,
my life. And
mm.
yes,
You know,
thank
she she
you.
just she just she just told us how you guys connected, right? And it was a revelation,
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
to it's kind of shocking to know that you guys have not met each other physically, right? Am I right about that?
You're
Okay,
very
we have not
correct.
met. You are right, sir. And there is another thing I want to say. You know that God is very strategic in the meeting
Yeah.
because week we got talking, we were just, the week I reached out and we got talking. I will not lie to you, it was the same week that I stopped working in the tech company.
Ah, interesting.
It
Interesting.
was the same week that
So
the
Damilola,
content.
in story now, what will you call that? What in story now? What will you call that?
Oh, I think I don't know. Should I say God just arranged? It's ironical. I don't know what to call it. It was just what it
Mm,
is. Like
mm, mm,
at that
mm,
point, okay, my office job always kept me very busy. Always
mm.
kept me extremely busy, and I wouldn't have reached out if I didn't have that glitch from work, because the
Yeah.
entire content team was dissolved. The entire content
Wow.
team was
Wow.
dissolved. So it was like, okay, I don't have anything to do for now. Like, okay, and I can do this. I can do
Mm,
this.
mm.
And the funny thing was that I didn't see Ma'am Angel's post. A friend just sent it to me. I didn't see the post. I didn't see her post. I didn't know, oh, she was in need of a writer. A friend sent it to me and said, reach out to this person. Oh, I saw a post on Facebook and I kind of trust God in your life to
Yeah.
do it. And that was how I reached out to
And that
her.
was
And
it. And that was it. Wow.
yes,
Honestly, it's interesting how you guys met. And like I said, we're going to dive deep into, your connections, your interactions when it comes to executing films on screen, right? So, Damilola, let me ask you how, um, of course, you started. Oh, I think you've mentioned that you started as a tech person, right? So, I'll be right to say that before even tech, you were writing, and then tech, and
yes,
then directing, and all of that came in the way, right? So,
yes,
let me ask you, what led to? Oh, okay. Let me ask you, as okay, you as a female director, right, in faith-based film, what challenges
yes.
have you faced, or are you still facing?
Okay. Now, thank you very much for that question, sir. One of the things is, if you know me physically, I'm a very small woman. Like, when you see me, I am the definition of petite. I am not tall. I am small. I am
You are
not
She
fat.
portable.
she
You are
she's from
portable.
she's from this. Yes. Mhm. Just say it. I'm short. Just say I'm short, sir.
No, no, she's
Exactly. I'm
portable.
very
She's
short.
portable.
The reason
No,
why I am
portable.
using small is, there are some people that they are short but they are big. I am small in all ramification. So one
Okay,
of
he
the
said
biggest
portable. You are portable.
Portable.
Yeah.
actually, actually,
Petite.
so
Petite.
one of the biggest one of the biggest challenge I face is before people work with me, they tend to underestimate me.
Mm, mm,
They tend to just say, especially those who haven't worked with me or who haven't met me. Um, it is usually after a job that they now say, director, well done, man, and all of that. But then
mm.
people tend to really underestimate me, and sometimes they don't come as disrespectful. They just come as
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know. They are trying not to be
I think
disrespectful.
yeah, I think it's a general thing with me as well. Like when I
Yeah.
started, I used to be very small. I remember the first time I wanted to learn editing, and my boss said, "Let me see your hand. He said, "God, this is your tiny hand. You want to use to do camera." Yeah, I wanted to do a camera first. So basically, when they see us like we petite, they feel like, you know, they used to, yeah. Well, what is this one? Until they now find out that this guy is small, small but mighty. Oh, so
All
that's
right.
basically that's it.
Mm, mm.
Exactly. And I think for the first movies I directed, first two, three movies I directed, I had that pressure. Like there was that pressure to want to satisfy. There was that pressure to,
Yeah.
I
She
need to
want to
do
prove
this for,
herself.
but
I told her, I said, see, don't look at anybody's. You go, she'll be like, you're not
oh
doing it. I'm
God,
like, don't look at anybody's face. You're the director.
Yeah.
You are the director.
Okay, hold
yes,
on, hold on, hold on. Let me come in here. Let me come in here. Um, Damilola started as you so to say hired her as a writer, right? Let me put it that
Yeah,
way.
first. Yeah,
So
first.
at what point did you think that okay, she should direct?
The point is that it was when I felt like she understand my like the type of story we want to talk about.
Okay,
Right. So
okay,
I felt like I've discussed, it's not like she's the only first person I've spoken to, like generally about, like I said, it wasn't something that was planned.
yeah,
But, like when you want to do something, I'm a kind of person that I always want to do something. I know how I want to do it. And
yeah,
I know, there's this passion about you doing something by yourself and you are
yeah,
satisfied. You know what to say, you know
yeah,
when to call
yeah.
action, you know the type of hair you want them to wear, you know the type of
True, true,
eyelashes,
true.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So for a long time, I didn't see anyone who could possibly interpret the type of script that we
Mm,
have. So
mm,
eventually, when we spoke, and I felt like, oh, she understands. It's like me and her, we're talking, and it's like I'm starting, she's finishing a line. She's
yeah,
starting a
yeah.
line, and I'm finishing it. We're on the same
Page.
frequency. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
yes. If that's it, then of course it's something we can work together. And that
yeah,
was it.
yeah. And that was our first film that you
Yeah, first one
directed.
was I think it was Saving the Saints. Yeah, was
Yeah,
Saving the
yeah,
Saints.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Damilola, Saving the Saints. Can you tell us how it was? I know you said at first you were, but can you tell us that experience? That was the first film. Okay, what was your first film? Your first film that you directed?
Okay, the first film I ever directed before the fixed film was my personal film titled Butterfly.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That was
Yes,
You
true.
have okay.
She
You
has a
directed your
film. Oh, she has a film,
really.
Butterflies or something.
yes,
What's the
Butterflies.
title? Butterflies.
Butterfly.
Butterflies.
Yeah, actually, I have a glitch with that channel. I'm going to bring up the film very soon again on another channel. There is a new channel.
Okay.
However, that was the work I actually submitted to Ma'am Angel to tell her,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I understand what you're talking about, ma. I have done something. I don't know if you can watch it. She watched it and she was like, okay, there can be improvements, but I like it. I like it. There can be improvements, but I like it. And then we went in for Saving the Saint. Saving the Saint was thank God, thank God for Saving the Saint because that's what I can say. I like I said, I was really under pressure. I was doing things for oh, people need to
I think she was
people need
doing
to
a lot. She was producing, she was directing. It was like everything was literally on her. Like she doing everything.
Okay.
So the pressure of everybody fagging her. She's directing. They're calling her director. Water has finished. We need to buy water.
yes,
Okay.
actually, I
And then the stress
remember.
of the weather, the rain. It was really raining that
Yeah,
time that day. So we yeah,
Mm.
I kept
Do you-
losing weather, and that affected the production.
it
However,
affected the production.
My major was like, we'll release it. Don't worry, we'll push it out. It's the first. We will still have a lot, and you can
mm,
get better. My
mm.
angel is somebody that, look, if you mess up her work, she's going to give it to you hot, hot.
I
Yeah.
remember me and her fought at some point. Like, yeah, we have. Not like fight, like okay, you
Yeah.
fight. She was crying. I mean, I want to do that way. I will start typing to you in capital letter. So when I start typing everything in capital letter, you know that no, this is not a joke.
In
I
capital
mean,
letter. Okay.
for, for 1 week straight, Mama was sending me message every morning for that particular project.
In
Funny thing
capital
is that
letter.
funny thing is that the project surprised us. I think that God just breathed on it, and the project
Mm.
kind of surprised
I
us.
think it
And
was waiting on ice, right?
waiting on
It was
ice,
waiting on ice. I said, I'm not
we
releasing it
started.
again. I said, damn me, I am not releasing this film again. What is this? What did you do? Why is it like this? Why did it? She said, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. This is not the point of I am sorry. This is, and then when we started analyzing it, and then after everything, she cried.
Mm.
I don't know if she cried, but I believe she did cry. And then I told her, I said, see, you know that I don't hate you. and you know that I love you with every, like, I love you like a sister, and I love you. This is me trying to. I have interns, like, when before I left Nigeria, I had people that I trained editing that I have very good. And if I'm saying this to you, though I didn't insult, I didn't say you're mad, I didn't say you're crazy. No, we don't do that type here, right? We just talk and then we just air out what we feel could be better in the film, right? So basically, after that, I had the nudge. The truth is that I was like, I would try, I would go and call somebody else to continue, but they were like, now your work.
Mm,
Now your
mm,
work. You
mm.
know, you don't go, you don't just hire people and say, and I said, see, the fact that I'm saying is just that so that we can be better. Don't let
Better. Yeah.
anybody.
True.
And it was then I found out that a lot of people had a lot of things to say on sets. Like,
Ah.
like, she's the kind of person that listens to, like, your opinion. Like, your opinion matters to, not like your opinion, whatever you say that makes sense, she probably like, oh, I like that, right? So if everybody is talking on set, pick the one that you know that. Not be say DOP go they talk, this one go talk, this one go, everybody go talk. You can't take everybody's
Yeah.
ideas. Take the one that you feel like will work for us.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day,
Mm.
that's when we did still came out more better and finer. And then the whole experience of everything that I said, I felt like it came through. And then we did still, and they were like, okay, now let's push it to the next level. Let's do love dates, right? And
Mm.
then it's every time it's like we're growing, we're pushing
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
We're better than where we came from. There are some things you probably will not do on a set. There are some things she probably will not, like, not because of I'm going to be upset, but
Yeah.
because of the vision that we have,
True.
and
Yeah.
what we want to achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Angel Isaac, you're being a PA. I told you I was going to come back to that. You're being a
Yeah.
PA.
Mm-hmm.
You have worked as assistant to makeup. Which one did
Mm-hmm.
you said you do again?
Continuity,
Continuity.
camera
Uh-huh.
assistant,
Camera assistant.
DOP.
You've not said welfare.
Ah, no, I didn't know what I was only going there to eat.
Okay. Now you did all of this. Now, at what point did Refix Film came in?
Okay.
At what point did you get the vision of Refix Films, right?
Yes.
Having gone through all of this process. Now, you talked about process, and we are still going to come back to that because you mentioned the fact that a lot of people just want to jump the process, right?
Yeah.
And you have now, in fact, you are a lot of revelations why your film is how it is, right? So,
Yeah.
at what point did Refix Film come in?
Thank you so much. Kara, can you go and meet daddy? Come.
So, at what point? Now, I want you to say something like that before we now delve into the team.
Okay.
Really, now, why well-written screenplays falter on screen? So,
All
to
right.
help us
So,
in answering that,
Refix film has always been there, but it wasn't Refix film. It was gospel films. Was gospel
gospel
film.
films.
Yes, it was
Okay.
gospel films. I just wanted to do something relating to, like, okay, I know that I'm called to do like faith-based, Christian movies, right?
Okay.
So I used to be gospel films, right? So, but there's a scripture for refix film that started as a refix film. So refix is from, like, from the word to refix. So it's from the script. The foundation of our film is based on Isaiah chapter 59 verse 12, which says, "You rebuild the deserted ruins of the city, and you'll be called the repairers of homes and restorers of walls." Repairers of walls and restorers of homes. So that's where, the foundation, that's where our calling is from, right?
Mm,
So which means that we're called to literally refix. There's a lot of things that has happened in the world that seems like it's numb, and God is
mhm,
saying, no, that's not what the word of God says. So we're trying to look at those scenarios and, like, okay, if we say divorce, for instance, what is God saying about this? If we
Mm-hmm.
say marriage, for instance, what's God saying about this? You know,
Yeah.
if we're saying that a child to stop stealing, we have seen a lot of movie of a child doing this, doing that. You know, how are we going to show them, like, to our best knowledge, based on the Word of God? How can we teach them in pictures,
Yeah.
right? So if you ask a child, if you ask me the sermon for January 1st, I probably wouldn't remember, but ask me a movie I watched when I was a kid, I'll probably remember. So there's
Mm-hmm.
a long way that pictures and films goes a long way. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was last year, you know, when we're trying to come back with the film, it was gospel films. I was like, I don't like, it doesn't depict that Isaiah 54. And then a lot of names were coming. A lot of names were coming. And then so what I did was that I was like, okay, what does this thing really encompass? And then I
Yeah.
looked for the meaning of, okay, we what does it mean to, then I went to Google, right? They say Google is your friend.
Yeah. Right.
So I
That's
went
true.
to Google and I was like, okay, this is what I'm called to, but I need other words, synonyms that are close to this thing. You know,
Mm.
it was supposed
Mm.
to be, I
Mm.
think there was one that was like, it was, I wanted to call it, is it anchor? No, it wasn't anchor, something, it was something else. Sha. I was like, I wanted to call it, and I put the word, I can't remember the word, I put it on Google, and then it brought out like different synonyms. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is refix is the word. I showed my own. I was like, that's it, that's it,
Mm.
that's it. And then that was how the word
Just
came. Then,
clicked. Yeah.
yeah, and then we did registration for it, and then it was from here we did registration for the name. Or and
Oh,
then
okay.
yeah, we registered the name Refix Films Limited, and then my husband, sister's husband. Yeah. He was the one that did the registration for us, but that's what he does.
Okay.
And then that was how we started, and then we like, okay. And then we started looking for the logo, what kind of logo, and then I fixed the logo myself. You understand? I did the logo myself. And then that was it. And then after everything, did the
You
motion.
did that logo yourself.
Yes. So
Like you
after
did it yourself.
yes. And then that was it. That was when he started.
Wow. Anyway, I love that
So
logo.
most time when I'm
It
telling Dami and I'm probably we're trying to look at the story, I'm like, Dami, you know the word, you know what we stand for, refix. She's like, Mama, I know, and refix her hair. So everything that we're talking about has to be.
damn it, you must have when you
Yeah,
must have
you
heard
should
it.
have had plenty
Ah,
refix.
I'm even hearing when present is now.
We're working on our next story, eh? It's like, oh, we're
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's beautiful.
it's just
Yeah,
part of those things that
it's
help us to
beautiful.
become
Yeah,
better. So when people see,
yeah.
they don't see what goes behind, but all to the glory of
True,
Jesus.
true,
All for
true.
Jesus. That's the point.
Yeah.
So they don't see what goes behind. They don't see how I have sleepless nights. I'm like, okay, how do we? The other day I had to call her again. I'm like, okay, what idea do you have for this next story that we're working on? She's like, Mama, like
Mm.
there was one she brought. It was just time. It was just I was just a tongue away from saying, what kind of rubbish did you write, my dear sister? But I try to hold myself. I just say, damn it. I stop reading. I can't finish it. I can't finish this script. I cannot finish
Mm,
this script. And then
mm.
she like, after like a day, she not say, okay, just try and finish it. So I get back to you. I'm like, well, I plan on finishing it today. I'll finish and get back to you. And then I say, well, just this part that is good. Every other part, no. And I'm writing
Mm.
capital letter. At that point, it has changed to capital letter.
So I
The
will take
funny thing
note of
is,
that.
the funny
Whenever
thing
we
is,
are chatting and you
the
do
funny thing is
caps,
that
I will understand.
yeah, the funny thing is that when I gave that script to somebody else to read, and this was like, oh wow, beautiful
Wow.
script, beautiful story.
But
I
let
couldn't
me
go
let
back
me
and
say
tell the person
something.
that
Nami, let me come in now. You
okay,
gave it to Angela Isaac. She said something, and then you gave it to another person, and it was different thing. Now, can I ask you, what do you think? I think that stage of when you have a story and you give it to someone, I think that stage is also critical and very, very important, right? So
yeah,
how do you as a writer? now, not the director now, how do you undo that? Because what we've seen now, most in faith based, is that you have a story, probably, of course, we don't doubt the fact that God inspires with a story, right? And we have people kind of like, okay, this is what I received, and it has to be like that, nothing
Yes.
else, nothing more, right? So so you have two people that you've given the story to.
Yes.
I'm tempted to ask now, that who do you believe? Or no, but you understand what I'm trying to get to, right? Like
Yes. Yes,
like
sir.
how do you navigate, how do you cope with that? How do you cope with like criticism, like
Yes.
a positive one,
Okay.
right?
Okay. So there are three things that personally works for me. I
Okay.
and I'll mention them when it comes to fixed films, because when she talked to me about the vision, I came in with one, the thin line called trust. Second is
Okay.
the vision, and lastly is the mindset. The thin line called
Trust,
trust is
vision, and mindset. Okay.
mindset. Yes. The first one, trust, is that the fact that she trusted me from the very beginning. I can never, I would never breach that trust. Like, I
Yeah.
respect that trust. I
Okay.
I still
Yeah.
respect it till now.
Aww.
So,
Aww.
so whatever any other person says, that takes me to the
Yeah.
number two, vision. She is the vision
Yeah.
carrier.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
matter, even if the biggest of the biggest film producers read it, she is the vision carrier. She says no.
Mm.
It
Mm.
is what it is. She
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So it is, that is where we start, from the creation of this vision, the creation of the pictures, the creation of the motion. That is where it starts. The
Yeah.
vision
True.
carrier says no. You have to honor it. It doesn't matter if 15 other people say, "Oh, it is beautiful." Now,
Mm.
lastly, mindset. I
Mindset.
I
Yeah.
used to tell her, I always tell her, I carry the mindset of a learner. So if she's blasting me 54 times, I am learning 54 times.
Mm.
It is the reason why I told her to finish reading the script. I wanted the criticism. I knew that she hated it, she didn't like it, but I wanted that criticism, because that is what bets the picture. That is what that is what bets the picture. That is what pushes me to go
It
back.
comes down to also the designs as well, the poster pictures. Well, it's not just writing. So even my
I,
poster picture guy, he has a
yes,
lot.
there was a time I sent
He has
our
done
script to
two.
somebody. I sent our script to somebody, and the person saw seventh draft and was like, "Wait, you wrote this in 7 times?"
Yeah. 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 Dami, let me come
I
in
said
here.
yes.
Sorry. Let me come in here.
Okay,
About
sir.
seventh draft. It's rare for you to see, and I'm saying it category. I'm saying it strictly, frankly. It's rare for you to see that when it comes to faith based. It's rare for you to see that a writer goes seventh draft. That's the
Yeah,
truth.
actually.
That's the truth, right? So, so can you talk about that briefly before we move quickly into the theme really about drafts, revising
Hmm.
your work,
Yes.
revisioning it, and all of that. Yeah, still based on what you're sharing, your experience and all that. Yeah, hello? Tammy, are you still there?
Maybe his network.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if it is my network. I can't hear you, sir.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard? Sorry. I think it's network, right? All right. So, because of time, Angel Isaac, can we delve into let's delve into the heart of this podcast? And I believe that, and it's like I said, is a topic that is so dear to me. From great to great, why well written screenplays falter on script in execution, right? So, I want you to I liked, from experience, of course, like you said, of course, in fact, two of you have been saying a whole lot of things in between, and but I want us to delve into that topic. What are the things that makes our screenplay falter, right?
Well,
Yes, yes.
okay. So one of the things that I feel like makes our scripts to falter
Yeah.
is for me, I would say is the vision.
Mm,
Like sharing your vision with the people that would help the vision as well. Most
mm,
people have stories and they be like, okay, what, let's just shoot it, let's just shoot it, let's just shoot it, and spoil so many stories,
mm-hmm,
right? Like the fact that I'm not in Nigeria and I have a team by God's grace, or God has given us, like I tell them, I say we are all co-laborers. Whatever I do is just, we are all, whether I'm the producer, you are the director, you are the PA, we are all in the same category, right? Nobody's bigger than anybody here. So the one of the things that I like I said is the can you hear me? Hello?
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So one of the things that I feel like is not, I'm trying to look for the word. It's like carrying the people that you're working with, making them understand that this is what we want to shoot, this is what we want to film, this is the vision of what this story is about. And then at the same time communicate with your director or whoever the director is. Try as much as possible to share the same vision with them so you know what is important in the story. So if you carry them along, if you carry your director along, it helps in your production, because when something is missing, is the director saying nope, nope, we must take that shot. It's very important. Okay, you say it's very important, we must take that shot. Okay, like when we were shooting, when we had the first film, we had Saving the Saints. From Saving the Saint, there were a lot of things, when I reached out to Dami, I was like, okay, this could have been done, this could have been done, this could have been done. Now, the next production, the same mistake from Saving the Saint didn't repeat itself, because I didn't like the way the picture eventually came out because of the cameras. And then when we shot Grey Night, it became better, because every time we're talking about this is how this film is. So most producers, or most producers, after the writing, they don't even sit down to read their script. I know how many times I will read that script that you sent. I can wake up in the middle of the night again and start reading again. So
Yeah.
when you read, it
Okay.
gives you a mindset of, okay, don't just say, the writer has written it, or you yourself, you have written it. And then you now feel like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes my husband reads the script. Every script that we go through, he reads it and gives his own opinion and say, "Oh, why don't he comes in from the part of, that scripture no enter for that place. This part no go here. This part no go here."
Yeah.
So it's more like, he's bringing his own. He's not. He's a film person, but not really fully into movies. But
Mm-hmm.
he has an idea of stories and how he reads the story as a viewer. So if as a
Yeah.
viewer is coming to say, this is it, then sometimes I'm like, oh, if I have anything with it, I'll say, okay, I feel the reason is like this. As a producer, you must read your script as a viewer. Read your script as a producer. Read your script as a viewer. Read your script
Mm-hmm.
as a director, because what you want them to see at the end of the film, that's what matters. What kind of
Yeah.
feeling do you want them to have in this scene? Like I was telling them, I said that in this particular scene, I want them to cry like that scene. Let everybody understand, this is the part where everybody gets it and they just, just want people tearing up. And when you go through the comment section, people are saying this particular scene actually made me cry. It made me this,
Yeah.
made me
Yeah.
realize. It shows that you have to, don't just say, the script has come, the story has come, that's it. Sometimes I go with that, say, Dami,
Yeah.
what do you think? Like yesterday, I was sitting on the phone with Dami with our next story and we're talking about it. And she's bringing in her own. I'm like, okay, Dami, what do you think? This is what I think. This is the idea I have. What idea do you think it works? If it doesn't work, tell me so that we can take it out. Right.
Yeah.
Allow other people that have the same mindset with you to be able to criticize your work.
Yeah.
So
True.
that we don't get there. People are be like, And another time, people be like, the story is not bad, but that means during the screenplay, it was better with the screenplay. But
Yeah.
executing the story, just made it worse. And another thing again is proper casting.
Mm.
If you do not cast right, see, I'm particular about casting. That one, I'm very, very particular about casting. I'm very particular because if you have the right actors on your screen, they will interpret the role flawless. I know that there's a spiritual part, but we also have people who are spiritual and also can act.
Yeah.
Don't say because this
Mm.
person, I would love to
Mm.
have this person on my film. See, there are people that I would love to have, not because I know them, they are good, but they are not good actors. I tell them, well, I bet he's not a good actor, but he's a Christian, but he's not a good actor. I cannot. It
Mm.
happens. Not
Mm.
because they will not come and honor you or honor the invitation. They will even be glad. But I'll be like, no, I will go. I will. That means now, like, I said, do you understand? So if
Yeah.
you're having, no matter what you want to see, our father is the king, and every king is honored. Is honored
Mm.
greatly. You cannot bring a mediocre to God and say this is it. See,
Mm. Mm.
when we can go further, we will not go to the hidden. We will not go outside. Right from where we are, God will help us to raise people. That's
Yeah.
why
True.
I'm also open to using faces that are probably not even there, just to introduce them and say, see, these are people, we have lots of talents that are good. So it starts from allow people to criticize your work, allow people to tell you that this thing no go. Allow people to then good casting. Because if you have a good screenplay and your casting is bad, imagine your screenplay, that scene, the person said, oh, this is how this is how it's supposed to feel. And then during production, there was a scene that Dami can testify. They reshot the scene, no, they reshot it. Just because I watched the BTS, I'm like, no, no, no. And they had to reshoot that scene. That was the scene
Hold
she was
on. You
angry with
you
me.
you, you just saw the BTS.
I saw the BTS. I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not. I called that.
Okay.
And then I
It has
called
to be
into the set. I'm like,
no.
but that I like no, that scene, no, that's not how it is. She was like, that's not how it is. This is how we should. You have to be
Mm.
passionate about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be
Yeah.
passionate. People read script and then when they read the first time, they are lazy to read the second time and the third time and the fourth time.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have this, even if now you write time, read them
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
If person wey say get that kind brain, make e help you read am. See, be blunt to
Mm.
receive this
Yeah.
particular scene. I feel like the lines looks like ancient of days.
Yeah.
And then also do research. Do research. Ask questions.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then communicate your vision to your crew members. That I had to
Mm.
learn in a hard way before I be like, oh,
Mm.
okay, that's it. But find out that if you don't communicate your vision to the crew members, by the time they get, everybody be doing whatever they like.
Okay, Angel Isaac, can
Yeah.
you come in? Let me come in here. How do you communicate your vision to your crew members? Because it's very possible that we say that and then we just keep it. Because it's see, um, not even talking about filmmaking. When you comes to vision, casting a vision is very important. I believe that there is an art of casting a vision, right?
Yeah.
There is a way that a vision should be casted,
Mhm.
right? So how do you communicate your vision for a story for to your crew members? how do you do that? Now, I'm asking this because as a producer, as the one, Damilola, you said something about trust, vision, mindset. And I'm talking about you have the vision as the producer. Now, how do you communicate that vision to your crew members? Now, the crew members we are talking about is not just one, two.
Yeah.
We have a lot of them. And a
Yeah.
lot of them are doing one thing or the other. Now,
Yeah.
you can cast a vision to the general house. Now, how do you cast a vision to the general house, to the general crew, and then cast a vision to individual person taking one role or the other? Now, I'm not talking about acting now. For
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
makeup, for example. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All those individuals, how do you do that? Then we'll come back to Damilola.
Okay. So first of all, it starts from the director, right? It starts
Mm,
from Dami. We know this is what the story is about and all that. Another thing, I think when we're doing love base, one of the things that we did a lot of
okay.
WhatsApp meeting. We prayed and then we talked. We asked questions.
Mm,
Another
mm.
thing that I personally did was that I messaged all of my crew members. What do you and then we also have a group chat for all the departments.
Sorry, Angel, do you have specific set of people that are your team members, or you change people in different stories?
I'm a very loyal person. I'm a very loyal person. So I don't know how to change people except maybe you're not
Mm,
available.
okay.
Right. So we
Yes.
try as much as possible that if we're using a sound, okay, it was only once that we changed the sound, but at the same time, the person that we called still came, but not as a sound person, but we still
Yeah.
kept the person around, right? So I'm not
Yeah.
someone who knows how to change people,
Yeah.
like,
Change.
oh, nah, because I feel like if we grow together, it's better, except if
Yeah.
you're
Growing
not
together. Yeah.
available, then we can look for other people who would, I will tell you, go and look for somebody and bring for me. Of course, you know what
Mm,
I do, or you know
right.
what kind of level of people I want. So you definitely look for someone who can handle it the way you would possibly handle the situation.
So
So I
I'll put it to you that well, you can say I'm wrong, but I put to you that because of that, I think that's why there have been so much progress in your films, your stories, because you have a team. You have
yeah,
some people that you are working, they are fixed. They are not
yeah,
just different people. So
yeah.
they understand you with, they
The
understand
yes.
what you
I
want.
remember I remember there was a day that after waiting on ice, I think they were shooting still and then they sent me a BTS. So I watched and I sensed the, like, because when I said everything was too much on them, I was like, okay, at this point, that means you need to just focus on directing. Let's get someone who is going to be producing, like the person who's
Mm,
going to be producing, so that you can, because maybe that was the reason why, other things happen. So let's break it down. You'll be producing as well. You'll be an associate producer, but the load is not going to be on you. Nobody's going to
on
come to
you.
you for
Yeah.
water. Just focus on directing.
Mm,
That way it may, you're still the boss of everybody on set, right?
mm,
Including
mm.
that producer as well. So basically, it was a scene that they did after waiting on ice, and then I saw the scene. I was like, I love this scene. I was screaming. I could feel how everybody was happy, and they're like, "Whoa, she likes it."
Really?
Yeah, thank God she's here. So it was more like I was like everybody like Chichi had to send me the whole thing like I see everybody is happy that you like the scene that you like. I was like why am I like masquerade? Because I am very when it comes to filmmaking, I'm one because I'm an editor, I'm a storyteller,
Mm,
I'm
mm.
one person that is very hard to please in a certain way, especially when it comes to, as a person, I love you, but when it comes to the work, not
Yeah.
being rude, not insulting, I'm not someone who like, yeah, I'm not someone like that. I can just, just come to your DM and just tell you in capital letter how I feel.
Capital letter.
And then, so what I do is, I message them individually, what do you need for this production? And then we also have like the refix. Now the point is that it's not all of them that are refix. In refix, we're only three. My husband, myself,
Mm,
and the producer. So
mm,
every other
mm,
person is a crew
mm.
member. I said, except God tells you that you should come and work with us, then we
So
can
those are
work.
the three of you are the core team, right?
Yeah, we're like the refix.
Yeah.
You get. Dami has her own ministry.
Yeah.
She also has wow. Yes, Dami Daddy. Oh. Okay. So Dami has her own ministry. Every other
Mm.
person, so some, I believe that some of them have their own personal ministry,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So, but for Refix as a, Refix film, we're just me, my husband, and the producer who is like standing in as a producer for
yeah.
us in Nigeria. So basically, we're all co-laborers in Christ. So we also have a WhatsApp group that has the core producers,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
team in
yeah. Team.
Refix. Then we also have like the crew in Refix Films,
Yeah.
which I think Dami is almost in everything. Yeah. So basically, those are the people that I know that we've been working. So in like we have the technical department group. It's like a
Okay.
community. We have so most time I go there and like, okay, the tech, what do you guys need? What kind of lights? What kind of, these are the equipment that we have. Does it work? Like, no, we need this, we need that. Okay. Camera department has a WhatsApp group. We can just, there, I think there are just 4 people there. We used to use Roots Olukoya, but she gave birth, so that's when we now got a
Mm.
new, DOP and all that. So
Okay, I know
basically,
Roots.
yes,
Adepoju.
yes, Adepoju. So
Used
she
to
used to be the
used
one
to
that
be
used to shoot.
Adepoju,
Yeah,
yeah.
she used to be the one that used to shoot for us.
Okay.
But she gave birth, so she hasn't been. Even recently, I see ask her, I read that you back. She said she's back, but she's just only around Ilorin. I was like, okay, fine,
Mm,
no problem.
mm,
Just let us know when
mm.
you can move out. Your spot is still open.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
basically, that's how we communicate. We try to, like, the sound guy. I can send him a message. Even for the next production, I'm already like, we're scouting for location. While I'm reaching out to the sound guy. Sound, what do you need? Okay, this is the kind of sound. Okay, the last production you did amazing. We need the same energy. Also encourage them and try to make sure that everybody's happy. I like my crew to be happy. They should
Okay,
be drinking Coke.
so when do you bring in all your team into the whole process?
As soon as the script comes, like now, they know that we're shooting. The date that we're supposed to, that means the one that is delaying us for our next production because she had not dropped the next script. So hopefully, like once the script comes out and we have vetted it and it's good to go,
Okay,
then
okay,
we share it with them and let them know the dates and everybody starts, okay, I'm available or not. Or and then if you're
okay,
not available, you will be the one to bring somebody to stand in for you. I don't care. I tell you, I don't care.
okay,
Get someone.
okay. Ah, really nice. Okay. All right.
So it just
Damilola.
keeps, because with that it just keeps the family again. So even when you're not
Yeah,
available,
yeah.
your spot is there. It just shows that, see, I have a place. When you show people that they are family, they would go
Mm,
all out for you even when you're not
yeah,
there.
yeah,
But when you just feel like, well, I can always discard them and use
yeah.
somebody else, they'll just come in and do it anyhow and go. But when you treat them like, see, your spot is here, your home is here. If you want to go, you're good to go. But at the same time, it doesn't make you, like our last production, the BTS guy, one of the BTS guys, because we changed the BTS because we wanted something like, and then the BTS guy lost all the BTS for the last 2 days and all the everything. Even the poster picture that we took, he lost it. I was so pissed, and I went to his sister and his this thing, and I talked to him in capital letter, and and then, after everything, I got healed, and then first of all, I started removing him from the group. I was like, no. And then afterwards, I still brought him back again.
Mm,
Like
mm.
basically, it's just people make mistakes, but we can
Yeah,
always let go. It's
yeah,
just,
yeah,
as
yeah,
far as
yeah.
it didn't kill anybody, why not?
Thank you so much. Thank
Yes.
you. I've gleaned a lot
Let me
from
please. I
that.
know you have a lot to say, but go ahead. You have
So,
this thing.
So,
Damilola, let's come to you. We are talking about the team right now. Why well-written screenplays falter in execution on screen, right? And I want you to talk from the aspect of being a writer and a director. The things that you have spotted, the things you have probably, do you understand from experience and all?
yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. First, I would say that one of the biggest problem is understanding. You can have
Mm,
team members who don't understand, your vision. For instance, we had somebody on the team that was supposed to help us do location recce, and this person told us, "Oh, he got a place. Like we can use it. It's beautiful. They have this. They have that," and we believed. I believed as the director. I
mm.
had to undo that recce and do another recce immediately when I got to that place. I started scouting from the boss. From the boss, I was already telling my producer Chichi. I said, no, 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 never, ever, ever, ever. This can't be. Now, the reason why I can object to that is because I understand that vision. Now, this person is a
Mm.
team member who did not really understand the picture yet.
Yeah.
So, understanding, you can have team members, they are very loyal, but they don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
They don't get
Mm. Mm.
it. So, you have to have one or two people who really get it.
Yeah.
And they have to be
Yeah.
core team members that are loyal to you and that will want to do things the way you would do them if you were around.
Mm. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
you really need to get people who understand the vision. For instance, there are cinematographers, Christian cinematographers that are very good. But because they know that you're the visionary, you're actually visionless, they will shoot your work anyhow.
Ah, right, right.
They
Mm.
will shoot
Mm.
your work. They know you cannot decipher. They know you don't
They will
understand.
say
They know when
all
they
to the
bring the
glory of
picture
God. It's for the kingdom. For the
of
kingdom.
God.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
These cinematographers, they will shoot for Nollywood, and you'll be looking and you'll be like,
And you'll be
oh
like,
my
is it the same
God.
person?
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
because they know that those people will change it for them. Those people will be like, no, this is not what I planned for this scene. So you, the visionaire, you need to understand and you need to be able to communicate. Maybe not to everybody, but to the core people who can represent you and take decisions for you, even when you are not there. Then
Mm.
another thing is, one of the biggest issue that we face sometimes is the issue of budget.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
you asked me, I told you sir that refix has not started,
We have not started.
and
Yeah.
it is
Oh.
it
We have not
is
started. We have
the
not
truth.
started. We have not. These are just like we're just. This is like baby steps. This is like
Yeah.
training ground for
Exactly,
us.
exactly.
Mm.
Because I kind of, it's not kind of, I really understand Ma'am Angel. Like, I get her vision because
Mm.
before we got talking, it's so related to the kind of vision I have. I have the vision of excellence in Christian filmmaking. I have this vision of bringing certain stories to life that when people watch, they're like, oh my God. That's the vision. The vision is, that excellence that breaks walls. So I really get that
Ah,
picture when you're talking.
excellence that
And
breaks
I
walls.
understand,
Say it
and
again.
I
Say it
understand,
again. Eat me. Eat me. Eat me.
yes, there are excellence that breaks through walls. They break through
Mm.
global walls.
Mm.
They break through
Mm.
villages. They just go global. They can move
Yeah.
from being local to going global. Those are the kind of visions. And because I know her kind of person, I know she's excellent at what she does. She's an excellent editor. She's an excellent scriptwriter. She has that level of experience and exposure. Now, when she's talking
Mm.
about a scene or a story, I am not looking at a story that they are going to show in Bere, Oje, or Jo alone. I'm not looking at something that they are shooting in Abeokuta, Ilorin.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
but I'm looking
Mm.
at what she's
A
saying. I'm
global
looking at it
vision.
from a
Yeah.
standpoint. Exactly. I'm looking at it from the best perspective. So
Mm.
I'm able to, okay, now, so I know that our budget is not small. However, we are coming up, and a lot of times we need to manage ourselves into
We have to.
into
The
shooting. Now,
last. I think the last production, bro. We literally. Me and my husband literally finished everything that we had.
yes,
Like
Mm.
I was left with
yes.
800 and something there in my account, and I was
And
like,
we keep,
whatever is. And the point is that when people see like you're having like 200K view, like they start counting the money for you, bro.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
everybody
Yeah.
goes that
And
way.
I would look at myself. I'm looking at people that are counting in the hours. I'm like, most people are downloading these films, so
Yeah.
it's not even generating what you're putting in, and it's more like like this song that we are singing now. You say, "I will spend for Jesus." That's my anthem. I will spend for Jesus. So Jesus, I'm
Exactly.
spending for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing that she's that person that can go all out for her films, she can spend.
Mm.
I think the last budget we ran, it was running into over 2 million or so. Now we
What are
know
you saying? What do you mean by over 2 million? We spent almost 3 million. Almost three
exactly.
million.
There's 2.9. I guess. Now people will watch that film and they'll still be like, "Oh, this, that." We are see when the money comes to refix, there will be signs. We will not come and say it, but there will be signs.
There will be signs.
There will be signs. People will know. It's not because we want to spend money on ourselves and no, but there will be signs in our movies. That's the extent I know that the producer can go for a job. So for now, we are a growing team. So one of our biggest limitation is the budgeting and all. But overall, I think that
Budgeting.
you have to have team members who actually do understand. Not just they are not just there. There are very hard times where Mom Angel has had to switch people because they've worked with us one time, two times, and they are still not getting the vision. And she just like, we've tried,
I
we've tried.
I remember, I remember there was one was going to switch, and I'm like, that me. Well, yeah, the one that was gonna tell this person.
That's true. So sometimes she pushes it on me and say, "Damn you have to go and tell this
because
person that."
it's whatever you people tell me on, like, I sometimes I ask what makes the job, who is stressing you people on set. When we have
Yeah.
someone that is not helping the situation. I think there was a time I was hearing that somebody's always complaining, is always saying certain things, but always talking, is always being the one to discourage people. I'm like, well, I don't need that kind of people around you guys, so that it doesn't, bring the mindset of other people down. So, like, who is the
Yeah.
person that is not contributing when it comes to that point, that people, that someone that is not encouraging, that is not like making the job difficult for you. We will let you go. We'll let you,
Yeah.
we'll put you at the back seat and say, okay, you know what? Hold up, hold up, hold up.
Yes. And that's basically because the vision is important. The
Mm.
vision is extremely important. Anybody that disrupts or doesn't really understand it, and we've tried over and over and over again, there's possibility of letting you go.
Sometimes
Mm.
we'll not probably like, we'll just put you at the side seat and get someone in that same place. So probably won't, it's not like we're not going to probably call you ever, but when you
Yeah.
will probably sit at the back seat and learn
Yeah.
it. So once you are, when there's this thing like when you are just sitting down, maybe when they punish you for church, they'll say make you they sit down for the back seat, right? So you go to learn. But when it's the day that they will call you to say, oh yeah, come and lead us in prayer, the way you will pray the prayer, even the pastor will be like, this boy have
Mm.
grown. You have grown. You have
Exactly.
learned.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay, okay, okay. Let's talk about. There's another area which I'm key, which is very keen, which is role interpretation, right?
Ah.
Damilola, how, as a director, how do you help your cast? Because, see, I know what I'm saying. Angel just talked about, spending on a film and what
Ah,
is left.
star.
Sis, I understand you. Don't let me talk.
Oh,
Don't let me open every of my mouth. I understand your point, right? And when you see the work and you are not okay with it, like you are literally shaking where you are, like, what is what, do you understand now? Interpreting a role as a cast is very important. Now, I know you mentioned something about proper casting. What do you do? How do you go about ensuring that your cast, as a director, a female director, and a portable female director, how do you go about that? Interpreting a role.
Okay. So first, I think that what we usually do is from the time of scripting, we envision our characters.
Yeah,
We
good.
give
Yeah.
a definition to the characters. Like, for instance, in Love Bait, Mama was already saying it has to be Anuke. We are not changing
what happened in
her.
Love Bates? Well, it's something that we would share. I don't know if it's something where we can share, but it got to a point where a night to 3 days. I think was it 3 days or a day to production? No, 2 days to production,
2 days.
right? Eh?
Two days. Two
two
days.
days to production. Something an emergency happened in Anukolade's home, and it was
Ah.
more like, and I just told my husband, I was like, devil is a liar. Level, you're a
Ah.
liar. On this one, yeah. So he was looking as if she was not going to come. My husband just told me that don't worry, she will come. I'm like, this emergency. How is she going to come like this?
Mm.
With this whole thing, emergency happened. I'm like, okay. And I reached out and they, Dammy, what are we going to do at this point? Everybody was giving me ideas, get another cast. I said, no. we're like,
Pray.
no, this person, the only person we fit act this role when we go sweet nine be a new coladi
Mm.
Abiodun. And it was more like, what do we do? We started praying. We're like, damn as it is right now, we have to move. We already booked some things, we've paid for some things. We had to move
Yeah.
production. No. We literally had to move production to
You
like
moved the production date.
2 days
Yeah.
after. That was what scattered the whole thing. That a lot of things went bunker. The house we were supposed to use for the parents' house, we couldn't access the house anymore. It was a lot of things that it was not the same house that we shot the guy's house. That's the same house. We now found out that I think it was one of the actors that told us that their visitor parlor is very big now. Why not we use that place for the parent house? That was how we switched it to the parents' house in that same house. So we're shooting
Mm.
upstairs and
Mm.
downstairs.
Mm.
Just because we're like, no, if
Yeah.
this
But
person, if this
we used to
person,
stay,
because when
we
we're
used to
writing
stay
the story,
dining
the lines,
table.
everything was like, no, this is the person that can interpret this character.
Mm.
Let
Exactly.
me
Mm.
continue
So
a bit.
from the very scratch we all that importance. Now why I went there is because this makes role interpretation easy for me as a director on set, because we have
Yeah.
envisioned these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Now, it's, and when they come, you see that they are delivering in the role. Yes, we've had some situations where the people did not really deliver as we wanted, you know. But it has been very few,
We use
very
sound
very
to we
few. And
use sound to push it up.
and one of the things
You
you
know,
do as a
when you're
director
watching it, you're
is
like, you will not call the damn and like, damn me now, wow, this particular oh, the only thing she let me say, Mama, don't worry, we can manage.
because
I'm like,
and one thing
now
one
wow,
thing I
and then
do
the
on set
editing
is,
is another thing.
yes, the
Mm.
editing also helps. One thing I
We
do
now
on set
start
is,
I will not call the editor like, can't you see? Remove it. Can't you see that she's not in character? No, but she's acting. I say she's not in character. Remove it. Remove her face. Remove her face. Put the guy. Change the clothes up. This particular scene, we had to create. There's this Frame IO with Danny, all those things. We had to create an account with Frame IO to start, and because with Frame IO you can watch the scenes, and then each
Okay.
particular clip, like where you want the correction to be, you can write a note. So the
Okay.
editor can also sign in and see your notes. Do you understand?
What
So
do you call that?
it's called
Frame.
Frame IO.
Okay. Okay.
So Frame IO, let's
frame.
say she will probably I can upload the film there, and then
Okay. Okay.
add the director, add the editor, and then each place that you want, like this place, change the close up.
Ah.
This place, allow this person to come, and then this place before you come to this shot. So you can create a note for all the
Yeah.
scenes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
That makes it easier.
it
Wow.
makes it easier. That was what happened. That was how we were able to escape that particular. Film.
Yeah.
Damilola, are you
But then
still there?
one thing that I do as a director is that for every, I'm here. Can you hear me? I'm still
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
I
talking.
hear
can.
you.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
I am okay. So one thing that I also do is that for every new scene, I make sure that I motivate them into character. Like when they say, I go to meet them. I'm like, hey, so that last thing you did, it was good, oh, but you can do better. You can do better. Why don't you do this?
Mm.
Why don't you do that? And then one thing I also do is that I observe character energy. When you pair people, when
Mm.
you put two people on a
Mm.
set, you
Mm.
need to know who
Mm.
is better, who is the better actor.
Mm.
When
Mm.
you know
Mm.
who is the better actor, you put that person on and tell them, help me prompt this person, keep prompting them for me, because I cannot always
Mm.
do cuts, do so, when that person is not acting well. For instance, there are certain, I wouldn't want to mention names, but there was a particular set where I literally had to tell the co-lead actor that, look, I know I cannot always come in between because she might get really frustrated. But because you are looking at the face of this person one on one, can you help me key her in when she goes off character and just tell her, kolo, 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 oh yeah, please.
Mm.
And this
Mm.
person did that. And instead of just always rushing to say, cut, stop, it's not good, it's not this, the
Yeah.
co-actor was helping. the co-actor was
Mm,
helping. But
mm,
another thing is that for
mm.
the very emotional scenes that we have had, we've always had characters that keyed into it. We've always had for Stale, for the we've always had characters who keyed into it. So basically, what we need to do is to get the angles of this emotion. That's our work. Get the angles of the emotion so that editor can do their own part. Actually,
I think I'll come and learn directing from you and
Ah,
producing
she
from
director
Angel.
Agba, president general among the nation.
All right.
amen.
In fact, I've learned a lot here, right here, and I believe people that are here also are learning. As we round off, um, let me ask, Angel Isaac, you are there in Canada, and your team is in Nigeria, right? I'm quite curious about that communication, right? How do you communicate? So if you can help me make the answer brief so that we can go
Okay.
into, yeah, how do, because communication is key, right? So
Yeah.
that distance, how do you do that? And I know that I know you work,
Wow.
you have a family.
Damn, why you laughing? I can call them at
Mama
2
will not
a.m.
allow you sleep.
I can call them at 2 a.m. It's as if I own house. So the point here, I think, is basically when you have a team who are ready to also listen and give you time. It's always very important. People that are excited about what God is doing.
Mm,
We understand that. Like I said, we're all doing the work of Jesus. I always say that, and I've told them times like I'm not different from you. The fact that God is using me to bring the funds for it does not mean that you're different from the reward you're going to get, and my reward is my probably your own might even be higher than my own. It depends on how God wants to see the way God wants to judge or reward us might be different, right? So basically is the fact that you have a team who are ready to, and I'm also the point is that I'm also someone who loves people a lot, right? I'm also someone who carry people in their head. If you're my person,
obviously.
exactly, that's me. Dami can testify. Dami can testify. I'm someone that is always thinking, how can this person be better? So when you
Mm,
have people like that, no
mm,
matter 2 a.m., maybe you even flash them, they will call you back because they
mhm,
know that whatever you are calling them for has to be important, and they
mhm,
will they will honor you because you honor them. So basically that's it. It's not by because she's the producer, that's why we have to listen to her. It's the fact that I see all of them as my friends. So even
mm,
if you sometimes I just there are films that I've watched. I have a screenshot and I've sent it. I say, my next production this is the picture that I want to. I've done that already.
mm,
Like this is the what
mm,
time they say, mama, this is the kind of life. I say, okay, no worry. God will help us. God will give provisions. So basically, it's you being a person of love, a person who wants the best for everybody. So it's easier for you to now call them to now say, okay, let's talk about this, or are you free? And I'll say, oh yes. Some people be like, oh, this is what we are going to do. So basically, I'm approachable. I'm someone you can easily talk to. I'm someone you can liaise with, even with other producers as well. There are sometimes that I reach out. I'm like, "Hey, your film, I don't like the color grading. It could have been better, right? It could be better." And they're like, "Oh, what do I do?" I say, "Okay, you know what? You can do this. You can do this. I'm someone who is ready to jump in to help,
mm.
regardless of whether you call me or not. In as far as
Yeah,
that there's a need for that,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So that way, it's easier to communicate, and they are willing to listen and also help when the need arises.
Thank you so much. At the end point, you talked about the fact that there are some other producers that you have to reach out to,
Yeah, I've
and
done that.
that is rare. Yeah, is
Mhm.
rare, right? It's rare for you to see people who you reach out to them concerning their production, and they say and they are kind of like humble enough to receive it, right?
And there are some people that reach out that, what did you use in that? Your color, what did you, as it's pretty simple, right? So one thing that I feel like, you know, one thing that we should do in our faith base is liars, is reach out to each
Uh,
other.
Yeah.
That's one thing that we don't do. We feel like, oh, it's God's work. Oh, that, you're no, reach out if you have to. Don't say, you don't know how you're going to. You don't, no, reach out. If the person don't reach out, call the person out. I reach you, come. I've had
True.
somebody
True.
call me out on on Instagram and said, please, if anybody can reach out to Angelo, she has a lottery that she's supposed to pick up. Meanwhile, the person will be calling me. Maybe my phone was not with me, and then everybody started calling me. I was like, no, I'm already on my way. They say, Auntie Mildred posted you on Instagram that you won a lottery just to get my attention. So basically, reach out to people, reach out to, I can reach out if I need help. I've
Yeah.
reached out to a few
Yeah.
people and say, do you have this? Oh, no, I don't. Okay, thank you. I'm just
Mm.
trying to ask you that. Sometimes I'm sorting for location. Like literally all our locations, we pay for it. But there are people that have location that you can actually, get people to use it. And you have access. All you need to do that. They just look. Me, if I have this, even the location that I have, I've shared with some of people, some of these faith based. I'm like, this location that I have, they are fine places, so it's not that expensive. You want to use it, right?
Mm.
If we
Yeah.
are people like that, it makes a lot of sense, and we are all growing together and delivering good pictures. Now, I'm so grateful that faith-based film is already having down to the poster,
Yeah.
down to the
Yeah.
I would say that poster, we started doing posters that are really good because, well, like if we want people to watch something, you want to attract someone to watch it. It starts on the poster. If your poster is bad, even if your movie is good, that's another thing. Even if
Yeah.
your movie is good and your poster is bad, people will not click to it. There's something called
Right.
clickbait. So
Mm-hmm.
if your movie is good and your poster is good, people will always click on it and see. Let's even watch the first 5 minutes. If he's not interested, they will move forward. That's how I do sometimes. I want to watch a movie. Right, except
Mm.
if it was recommended, like, oh, somebody recommended that you should watch this film, fine. But spend time to do poster. Take poster pictures on set. It's your BTA that will take it. Give it to your whoever that is doing the poster. Have a poster idea. How we even come up with poster is the same thing as how I come up with scripts. How we come up with
Yeah.
script. I tell my poster guy, this is the idea. We go online, we try to look for different reference. We call it references. And then we look at, okay, let's join these five. Can we merge these five posters together to make you one? I'm like,
Mm.
yes, we can. Okay, I like the text. I like the way this person is. I like this way. Okay, let's do it together, and that's how we do it, and then we get it out. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing with having people to watch your movies. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you. I see. My Oga Mike Ilemon Bola right here is here with us. I see your comments. I see
brother,
you.
that's my brother.
All right. So, yeah. On a final note, we have said a lot of things, and I've been jotting things down.
Away.
Like, I've been jotting things down, right? So now, in let's cap it all off. Why well-written screenplays falter in execution on screen, right? So, Dami, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. I'm here.
Yeah, I remember reaching out to Dami about this episode, and Dami, I don't know if you can remember the passion in my voice when it
Yeah.
comes to when we're talking about this, and I think I reached out to Angela Isaac too, and all of that. And for me, I just like you said, Angel, the faith-based film, we are doing wonderfully great. Honestly, that's the truth. We have, of course, this is not because it's here. I silently, see stories, watch films, and I think I've watched Anchor, of course, and
Yeah,
it's a great film.
a very
Honestly,
beautiful film. Like I
it
watched that film,
is.
I was like,
It is.
wow. I had to actually sponsor people to go and watch it. Like, see, you guys need to see that movie. That's how we
But
support each other.
I hope you don't go back to meet Dami and say, Dami, have you seen that film?
No, like I
We
actually
do.
went to see Dami. Like Dami, you see that film? Have you seen it? She was like, I'm going to watch.
Exactly.
I
We
said,
do it.
I said that's
We
that
we
film.
we one of the things we do is that we watch people's movies and we sit down to say, oh yeah, what do we
So
do?
yeah, like oh yeah, he said yeah. I said, did you see that picture? Like it was the same like the DOP that shoots for me that shot for Mike as well.
Ah,
So
okay.
it was more like um um I just told the guy, I said, the guy was telling me, if you see my picture, I said, no worry. I said, make I say, I said, bro, you try. You try. I said, half our next film, half our next film. And he's like, you know what, I full ground. I said, no problem, but it's just that I have a picture and I have, the story also determines the picture that we want to depict.
Yeah,
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 actually.
yeah,
It's not just the pictures are great. We want to get good picture, but at the same time, we want the pictures as well to interpret. You can't have a dark story and you're showing flashy things ahead.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
basically whatever it is. But of course, I
yeah.
like clear, bright pictures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I think that we should address in faith based is I usually tell a friend of mine who is a very good DOP. I usually say that um, it is very important. The thing is, I am saying this because I know it happens. We faith based producers, we don't watch our own films and other people's films, right?
We don't. That's
We
the truth.
don't,
We don't.
you know.
We don't.
And for me, I don't think it's right?
We
Because I
don't.
can't come on Facebook and see a post and say, well done, man. And that I know it doesn't just sit
We
well
don't.
with me, right? So
Yeah.
I just feel is one area that we need to look into. We How will I put this? I tell my story, Dami tells our story. There's a different perspective to it. We can't all say if even if we are talking about love, there will be a different angle, a different perspective about it. We are different set of
Yeah, there are
people.
different perspective about
Yeah. So
yeah.
we need to
And
imbibe
yeah.
that.
And the point
Go
is that
on.
the one thing about these things is that I feel like it's a lot. I don't. There's a subtle competition going on, and it's something
Yeah.
that we all need to look at.
Yeah.
See, I told
Yeah.
myself, I
Yeah.
said, I'm not in a competition with anybody. I was telling Dami, there was one prayer I prayed with Dami, where like I was like, Dami, we'll get it right. We'll not do the wrong thing. We'll not do what God is not sending us to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so we will not send go and deliver a message that we are not sent to do at all. So it's all
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
this person don't shoot like 10 films this year, 20 films, and we are seeing
Yeah.
number two. No,
Yeah.
that's where God wants you to be. That's where you're gonna be. It's a ministry, and we should also learn to
Mm-hmm.
support each other. The fact that like I said, if you see that this thing is not doing, this person is supposed to do it, and there is a way you feel like it can be better, reach out to the person and say, see, that your thing, that your film can be better. Oh, that
Yeah.
your this thing can be doing so. Can your
Yeah.
that your this thing can
Yeah.
be this one. And then
Yeah.
we all get, when your picture
Thank
is
you.
happy, we have more people who are watching. Now we have more people who are watching Christian films now because
Yes. Yes.
we are already coming out. You see, you're already coming out. People are telling stories that are, that are not just die by fire.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
picking realistic stories and we're talking about it. How you can have faith in
Yeah.
God, how you can
Yeah.
stand strong, how you can be this, how you can be a parent, how you can. We are already going into
Mm,
we're countering most of these Nollywood stories that we have
yeah.
watched,
Yeah.
and we're telling ourselves that we can be better.
And then the norms, right? Yeah, the norms
Yes,
as well.
yes, yes, yes. So basically, I feel like it's something that we all need to also, I don't know, maybe there's a platform that does that, but I don't think there is a platform that does that. But we all need to know that everybody's assignment is different and we will all work,
Yeah.
we're all working
Yeah.
for results, but we shouldn't see ourselves as a competition that
Mm-hmm.
this person you're now gonna be borrowing money or gonna be doing
To
something
shoot him.
to shoot. I'm like, no. If I don't have, I said, Dammy, the last time I told them, I said, Dammy, this is the budget that we have, oh. And then you knock me and my husband up and down, like throw us, knock us down. This is what we have. It cannot. Even the last time that when we shot Love Bait and the money was sent, the whole money was sent. But when the bill came, then I say, brother called and say, we have, you need to balance us. I say, whoa, I will escape, I will disappear. And I was like, I said, I will off my phone, I will block you. What's this? She now said, oh, this is what happened. I said, I understood that, things are going to, that mean, at this point, you give me till next week, oh, and then that was it. Even when she was like, no, can't, yeah, I'm not someone who knows how to, like, you have to, I'm someone that, you came to work, I beg, take, I'd rather give you my life, let
Mm.
me hungry. I eat, I make sure that everybody, so basically, it's something that we all need to know that we need to go when God says go. So that
Mm.
way, by the time people are watching it, is that time for them to watch it. Is that
Ah,
time for
yeah.
the movie to come out. At first, but the truth is that when I first started, when we first started last year, damn, how many times we say we'll be doing film? We say we'll be doing film every month. My dear, it didn't go. It didn't go every month. It didn't go anywhere. It was as a month like that. Mean last month, stories were not even coming. I suppose stories were not even coming for a month. We're just blank. Nothing
Mm,
was coming. And we're like, at that point, like, God, give us the next story. God, give us the next story. God, please, we're waiting for the next story. Lord, we're waiting for the next message. And then all of a sudden, you just be working, and God is just dropping something in your heart. And like,
mm.
that's it. I got it.
That's it. Yeah,
That's it. And
yeah,
then before you know it, that means this is the idea. This is the idea. Oh, hold on.
yeah,
Before we go,
yeah, yeah,
and then we start
yeah,
building on it. And then that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. If we go on and on to talk about some
We'll not even
dimensions, some
finish.
areas,
We'll
we
still
won't
be here.
finish. We
YouTube
no
will
go
probably
finish.
log us out.
We no go finish, right?
YouTube
You
will log
know,
us out.
and it's been so interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this
Okay,
with
sir.
me. Thank you so much. And the truth is this. Let me give my invitation ahead. We are going to do this again. Please, we are going to do this again. I will tell you when, right? Of course, on another topic entirely, And
You say, but the truth is this. You won't tell us what you heard. What did you hear? Oh?
what did I hear about what?
No, you were saying that the truth is this. I'll tell you what I heard.
I just said that.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Ah, I didn't
Uh,
realize. I didn't realize. Ah, did I?
yeah.
I can't remember.
I know.
All right, so that melody has gone off.
Maybe I'm
For those that have been with us since we began, we are almost 2 hours. 2 hours, right?
You see?
It was just interesting.
Yeah.
You just, thank you for everyone that has, been part of this episode, part of this edition. Thank you, sir. Oga Mike, thank you for being here. Thank you
My
so much.
brother. But see, I know my brother is already cooking again. He's already cooking. I'll just say, Alpha now, Alpha. I don't plan for the next set. I'm like, hey, Jesus, fire, glory, let's go. You say, it's by faith, it's by faith. I say, yeah, that's it, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I
You
hope
know,
Miss
like,
Oga Mike is here. If it's by faith, me self, me too. Just like Bishop
all of us
Edu,
is
me
by
too,
faith, oh,
me too.
even me myself that I've seen now, yes, all of us is by faith. And he's like, I said, well, we're still planning. We're like, mama, I said, no worry, we go reach there.
Honestly, we need that collaboration,
We
right?
need it. We need to
And
encourage
eliminate
ourselves. The truth is
competition.
that it's not that it's easy, because the truth is, let's even tell ourselves the truth. Even YouTube, as YouTube is, we've not got to that point where we are earning what we are getting. So
Yeah,
everything is for the ministry. If I hear
yeah,
them say,
yeah,
if you want to blow beer. Even at the end of the day, the way I want to even treat my actors and crew, I want them to like be settled for a month. Like when you
yeah.
collect, when you collect money, you go say, that's
Mm,
it.
mm.
That's the kind of person that
And do you know that fuels their work and their creativity, right?
exactly. Imagine you gonna give
Um,
give. I'm not saying that I'm there yet, but that's the dream. Like, and then God sees my heart that this is what I
Mm,
want to do for as many people
mm.
that wants to work with us, and we fix that. When we call you, you'll be like, Alpha now, I'm available. Like you will literally cancel everything that you want to do
Yeah.
to be in the
Mm,
production. Why?
mm,
Because not even
mm.
for the money's sake, but also the fact that this is a family. Like there's
Yeah,
this habit that I developed. Like for every of our sets, everybody drinks Coke every day. Oh. Like, but it's not norm. It's true. Like it's not norm. Like you go to set like I like see all my crews. Like get them energy, get them something. Let them. It's not like it's not like it adds to the cost. But at the same time, it shows that see, you care about them and you want them to be comfortable, as little as that can be.
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? They know that
yeah.
don't worry for well, Coke never come, it will come. You understand? So basically it's more like we need to find, we need to encourage ourselves, we need to pray for each other, because even this YouTube of a thing is the truth that it's a ministry. And when God starts even
Yeah,
blessing you and you start
yeah.
seeing the fruit of the labor there, it's still going to go back to the that's when you want to do big something bigger.
Right,
So what
right,
what is
right,
the what is
right,
the thing
right.
for?
Actually, we do film.
Because at the end of the day,
We
imagine
do.
you get like $5,000 on YouTube for one film, bro. You want to go all out. You want to do something like
Yeah.
I want to give you. I want to spend for
The,
Jesus.
the, the truth is
Jesus, I'm
the
spending
truth
for you,
is we make film to make the money,
so
throw
we
it
can
back
put it
into
back.
film.
And also,
Yeah.
we also want to thank God for all those also people that are supporting and sowing into the seed, putting in. I don't know if they are going to watch, but we thank you. There's some people that
Yeah.
said 1,000, 5,000, 200,
Yeah.
100
Yeah.
naira, and I'm
Yeah.
like, God, I'm grateful. Like there are people that even the day I saw 100 naira, first I was like, okay, I said it means that people wants to
Yeah.
put if they
Yeah. Yeah.
have. So
Yeah.
imagine that person that
Yeah.
have 100 naira that sent 100 naira. Imagine the person has enough. He would want to give more.
Yeah.
And there are people that have said 100K. There's someone that sent me a message on Instagram and said, "Oh, God said that he should drop money with prefix." I was like, "Oh, okay." So we're like, "Should I send it to the this?" I said, "Yes, send it. You can send it to." And bro, I saw like $300,
Ah.
like
Nice.
300,000. I'm like,
Mm.
by the end of the
Mm.
day, it's still going back. That's it, because there is an account for it. We have to account
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah.
You can't just take from that money and say, because your family need help. No, family need help.
Yeah.
If you don't
Yeah.
get, if I don't get, I don't get. But that's for ministry. That's for the work. You
Yeah.
can't even touch from there.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much. Let's give our last words, right?
Yeah.
Damilola, let's give our last words to faith-based. And when it comes to this
Okay.
theme,
Okay.
executing, it well on the screen. Our last words, please.
Okay. Uh, for me, I want to say something. Very briefly, from where
Yeah.
Mama stopped. Talking about collaboration. The battle is not against light. The battle is between light and darkness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is not a competition of light. It is light shining into darkness to bring
Darkness.
souls.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
that mindset should always be there. It should always be there. So I don't. The competition is not. Nah, it shouldn't be there. The bad rough energy competition. Nah, it shouldn't be there. And then one of the things I want to say is to bring your dream to life. Please, every visionaire have a clear dream and a clear vision, and please wipe out every form of laziness, distraction. Just
mm,
focus.
mm.
Focus, because see, it is we all know, we are all filmmakers. It will stretch the soul out of you.
Yeah.
It will
Yeah.
stretch you. It will stretch you spiritually, financially, mentally, because the people you are writing stories for, they are not dummies.
Yeah. No,
True.
though.
They are not. Mm.
You need
Uh,
to focus, because some comments can give you dementia when you go through and
Ah,
read comments.
these are our last the comments. At some point, I wanted to reply, and then Adam is like, "Don't reply." Later, the people reply. I was like, this person is going out of. When I now understood, I was like, "Oh, well." The fact
Exactly.
that it doesn't change the word of God, that's the point. Whatever your opinion you have does
Exactly.
not change what
So
God
that's it.
says.
Mm, mm,
Be
mm.
focused, remove every form of distraction, and remember that the battle is not light against light, it is light against darkness.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
that's it from me.
Thank you. Mama Angel. Let
Yeah.
me call you as Dami call Mama. Mama Angel.
No, wait, Mama Angel. So for me, I would say that um let's keep spreading the word of God. Let's keep doing the hard work. Let's keep reading the script again and again and again until
Yeah.
like in your dreams you could literally know what is in every scene.
I'm
So that
holding that.
way, let's keep playing every scene in the head. Let's keep watching, writing script. When you write and you're reading, read as an audience. As I said earlier, read as an audience. Read as someone who would want to sit down in the future and watch this. How do you want people to take it? What message do you want them to go home with? At the end of the day, they will all get it. So if you have that in your at the back of your mind, then they will get that same message that you have in your mind. So keep trusting God, keep praying, and keep asking God for wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like I said, I wish I could go on and on. And
Yeah.
sincerely. When we first talk, also it was like we should, continue.
Yeah.
honestly. And like I said, please, I'm sending ahead of time, another invitation. We'll talk about that.
No problem.
we'll
you're
talk. We'll
welcome.
talk
You're
about
welcome
that.
every time, my brother.
We'll
Every
talk
time.
about it.
You're
Then
welcome.
I hope. Okay, Oga Mike, don't worry. I will reach out to you. Dami, it's so good to have you. Thank you so
Damn,
so
it's good
much.
to have you. Let's go back. I beg. After this thing, I beg. I'm calling you. No tell me say you're going to church. Church has finished.
Ewo,
We need to
ewo,
finish our script.
ewo.
In
We are
capital
looking.
letter.
We are
This is
looking
in
forward
capital
to it.
letter.
We are looking forward to the new story, honestly. And there's another thing. We'll talk about that. In
Okay.
private, yeah, we'll talk about that. But thank you so much. I really appreciate this time. And and Damilola, thank you too
Thank you, sir.
for doing this with me, and to everyone that participated, that even logged in, that came around. Thank you. I see Elena Digun. Thank you so much for joining in. Oga Mike, thank you. Oga Dura is here as well. Thank you for joining in, and every other person. Thank you. It's really so good to have you. Another time is next month. Of course, we are going to be doing it again next month, and by God's grace, the Lord will keep us. Thank you so much, Angel Isaac. Thank you for the time, and Damilola. Thank you so much as well. Thank you.
Thank
Till
you.
we meet again. Thank you
All
so
right, sir.
much.
Bye bye.
All right. Hey, bye, bye,
Bye, sir.
bye,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you.